The British Prime Minister Boris Johnson has fronted the media for the first time in 5 weeks, saying the virus is now past its peak.
He says a roadmap for easing lockdown restrictions will be released next week. Europe correspondent Sam Hawley has more.
Boris Johnson would have liked to have returned to Downing Street with a much more positive message, that the lockdown measures could be eased and life could return to some form of normality. But given the UK is tracking to be the worst hit nation in Europe, he can't move too fast.
So I can confirm today that for the first time, we are past the peak of this disease. We're past the peak and we're on the downward slope. And we have so many reasons to be hopeful for the long term. We've come through the peak, or rather, we've come under what could have been a vast peak, as though we've been going through some huge alpine tunnel. And we can now see the sunlight and the pasture ahead of us.
The crucial thing is the R rate, or the reproduction level of the infection, which Prime Minister Johnson says must stay below 1. And the UK is looking to Germany, where the infection rate is increasing again after restrictions were loosened.
So it is vital that we do not now lose control and run slap into a second and even bigger mountain. And so to avoid that disaster, our fifth and final test is that nothing, as I say, we do should lift the R, or the reproduction rate of that disease, back above 1.
But sensing a nation's fatigue, Boris Johnson did give an indication of what life might look like going forward.
We're going to have to beat this disease by our growing resolve and ingenuity. So I will be setting out a comprehensive plan next week.
There have been some uplifting moments along the way, including an RAF flyby to mark the 100th birthday of Captain Tom Moore. He raised a staggering $55 million for the NHS by walking laps of his garden.
I'm one of the few people here who have seen a hurricane and Spitfires flying past in anger. Fortunately today they're all flying peacefully.
The war veteran was also made an honorary colonel, marking his 100 years in style.
How fabulous is Captain Tom? That has really captured the imagination of the UK and around the globe.